Hello, my name is Skip, and this is From the Fourth Row's review of A 100-Foot Journey. Now, A 100-Foot Journey is a food movie, and it takes place partly in India, and we have Papa and his family. He's got a son named Hassan who is kind of like a chef. He refers himself to a cook. And they move from India and go to England, and that doesn't work out, but he's learning how to cook as he's going, and eventually they end up in a small town in France, and Papa has a building across the street from a famous French restaurant. Now, Hassan and the rest of the kids in the family, they don't like the fact that he wants to turn this place that's already been a restaurant and failed into another restaurant. Puri is Papa, and you've probably seen him in movies such as $1 Million Arm and so forth, but Hassan is played by a newcomer, and there's also another newcomer in the movie, and the character's name is Marguerite. Now, Hassan ends up meeting Marguerite in the street, and she kind of helps them because their car breaks down. Papa and Hassan and the rest of the kids are stranded out on the road just outside the French town. But they end up getting her help, and they kind of strike up a friendship. And it turns out that Marguerite works at the restaurant that is across the street from the one that they're trying to turn into an Indian restaurant. Well, we got Madame Mallory, who has been the person running this restaurant across the street, this French restaurant, and she's played by Helen Mirren. Now, she doesn't want the Indian folks, Papa and Hassan, to turn the other place into a Indian restaurant because that's competition for her. So she buys out like the shops. They have like a little grocery shop kind of area, where you can walk and pick all your vegetables and your fish, and so she buys all those guys out. So the guys, shop owners, don't sell their food to the other guys, so he has to go miles and miles, Papa does and Hassan does, to get more food from other places. Well, eventually they get their restaurant up and going, and then we have a competition because Madame Mallory has got what's called a Michelin star. Now, a Michelin star is a big thing for like a big time restaurant, and she wants a second Michelin star. So she'll do anything to turn this situation into something good for her. Well, she's got a chef who doesn't like the Indian guys, and he thinks that they should leave and go home and not come back. Well, he doesn't realize that this is their home, that this little French town now is their home, and they're going to make it here. And they have a different way of cooking than the French cuisine, So they think that they have ways that they can get customers into their shop. Of course, this leads to Mallory complaining to the mayor and all this stuff, and then there's a lot of bickering going back until an event happens in the movie, which I will not say, and allows them to become friends. And Madame Mallory asks Hassan to come work for her. Well, this leads to a major event happening in the movie and something good down the road for Hassan. Now, The 100-Foot Journey is based on a book. I guess it's a very, very popular New York Times bestseller. And Lasse Hallström, I would have to say, a fantastic director. I think he's directed films such as, Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one. I think I'm not sure, I could be wrong about that. But he really delves enough into these characters we really care about. Even Madame Mallory, Helen Mirren, and Puri, they start to develop a relationship, and Hassan and Marguerite, they start developing a really good relationship, boyfriend-girlfriend kind of relationship. But the food is the thing. You watch them make the food, whether it's in the French restaurant or the Indian restaurant, or in another fancy restaurant in Paris, and it's just like your mouth is watering. The food just looks amazing. It looks amazing, and it looks so good. But the story is the people, is how the people interact in and around this food movie. And where the difference between 100-Foot Journey and Chef is, I cared about these characters. I didn't care about the characters in Chef that much. I didn't care about Jon Favreau, but I do care about Helen Mirren and Henri and Papa and Marguerite and Hassan. And I cannot say enough. This is probably one of the best movies I've seen all year. Helen Mirren, wow, she's an Oscar winner for The Queen. She gives another fantastic performance. And Henri, if you haven't seen him in something else before, I'd go out and get some of his movies. He might only be in there a little bit, like as a character actor, but this guy is a really good Indian Bollywood actor, and he's been doing some American movies, and it showed what a good actor he is over the years, all the different roles he's had. So I give 100-Foot Journey a big see it, and if you haven't seen it, if it hasn't come out in theaters near you yet, please search this movie out. It is fantastic. Alright, this is Skip, and this has been my review of 100-Foot Journey.